So, you're on the hunt for a new 65-inch TV. There are so many choices out there, and the prices. They go from wow, that's a deal to, wait, is that a typo? Two TVs stand out, an Insignia QLED for $330 and a Samsung OLED that's almost 3 times more. That price difference is hard to miss. Both are 4K, both are smart, and both are seriously big. On paper, they look pretty similar. But is the Samsung really worth all that extra money? What's behind that big price tag? It's not just about the price. It's about what you actually get for your money. Does it really make a difference for you? So, what do you really get when you spend more? Is it just a fancy logo, or is there something special about the premium option? The Insignia brings 4K and quantum dot tech to everyone, making cool features easy to get without breaking the bank. For about the price of a mid-range phone, you get a huge screen that turns your living room into your own little movie theater. The Samsung, though, promises a next-level viewing experience that goes beyond just the specs. It's all about those little things: perfect blacks, amazing contrast, and that wow feeling. The price gap is big, but so are the differences in how they look and feel. When you watch them side by side, you start to see what you're paying for. It's not just about the screen, it's the whole experience. Unboxing, using the software, watching sports, movies, gaming, and even how the remote feels in your hand. We'll break down the tech, the features, and how they actually perform, so you can see what really matters for you. By the end, you'll know which TV fits your needs and your budget. The best choice isn't always the priciest one, it's the classic showdown, budget champ versus premium powerhouse. It's a choice every TV shopper faces. The Insignia QF series packs in features that used to be high-end, now at a price that's easy to love. It just shows how much tech has improved. The Samsung S90D is all about going for the best, perfect blacks, movie theater quality, and no compromises. It's for folks who want the ultimate experience. So, let's jump in and see which one is the right fit for you. We'll compare everything that counts. The answer might surprise you, and it could totally change how you think about picking your next TV. Alright, let's break down what's really going on inside your TV, QLED versus OLED. These names might sound a bit techy, but don't worry, the differences are actually pretty cool and can totally change how your shows and movies look. Even though the names are similar, the way they work is actually super different, and that means your viewing experience can be too. QLED, like the Insignia, is basically an LCD TV with a special quantum dot layer. This layer helps boost color and brightness, so your shows look extra vibrant, even if your living room is really bright. But since QLEDs use a backlight, the blacks aren't totally black. There's always a little bit of light sneaking through, especially when you're watching darker scenes. Now, OLED, like the Samsung, is a whole different story. Each pixel is its own tiny light, so there's no backlight at all. That means every single pixel can turn on or off by itself, giving you super precise control over color and brightness. When a pixel is off, it's really off, so you get those deep, inky blacks that make movies look extra dramatic. That's why people love OLEDs, for their infinite contrast and super sharp details, especially in dark scenes. On the flip side, QLEDs can get much brighter, which is awesome if your room gets a lot of sunlight or you have big windows, but they just can't match those deep OLED blacks. OLEDs really shine in darker rooms, giving you that perfect contrast, rich colors, and movie theater vibes right at home. The catch? OLEDs don't get quite as bright as QLEDs, and there's a tiny chance of burn-in if you leave the same image on for hours. But honestly, with today's TVs, it's pretty rare and not something most people need to stress about. So, to sum it up, QLEDs are bright, colorful, and usually more budget-friendly. OLEDs are all about that cinematic look with perfect blacks and amazing detail. The best choice for you really depends on your room, how you watch TV, and what you care about most, whether that's brightness, contrast, or price. Knowing these differences makes it way easier to pick the right TV and get the most bang for your buck. Now let's check out how all this tech stuff actually looks in real life. Sometimes, the little details make all the difference. Let's talk about what you actually get for $330 with the Insignia QF series. 65 inches of 4K QLED goodness. That's a seriously big TV for the price. The screen feels huge, and thanks to the quantum dot layer, colors really pop way better than your average budget TV. It runs on Amazon's Fire TV, which is super easy to use, has all your favorite streaming apps, and even comes with Alexa built in. For most folks, this is a massive upgrade from an old 1080p set, but of course there are a few compromises. The backlight is direct lit, and there's no local dimming, so blacks look more like dark gray than true black. HDR is pretty basic here, don't expect those jaw-dropping highlights or super deep shadows. Still, for casual watching, family rooms, or as a second TV, it's honestly a fantastic deal. It's perfect for streaming, YouTube, or keeping the kids entertained. If you want a big screen and smart features without breaking the bank, this TV totally fits the bill. It's not perfect, but honestly, it's more than good enough for most people. The real win here, it's all about the value. Let's talk about the Samsung S90D OLED. Sure, it costs almost 3 times as much, but you'll notice the difference right away. Those perfect OLED blacks make movies and shows pop, space scenes, dark thrillers, you name it, everything just looks more real. Samsung's QD OLED panel gives you those deep blacks and colors that are super vibrant and true to life. HDR content looks amazing, bright highlights right next to deep, inky blacks, with tons of depth. If you're into gaming, you get 144 Hz refresh rate, VRR, and HDMI 2.1. So everything feels super smooth and responsive. Motion is handled really well, so sports and action movies look sharp and clear. The Tizen OS is quick and easy to use, and the TV itself looks super sleek and modern. This TV is perfect for movie buffs, serious gamers, or anyone who just wants the best experience at home. Watching something on this screen honestly feels like you're at the movies. It's more than just a TV. It's a whole experience. If you're after perfection and don't mind spending a bit more, this is the one to get. Alright, let's break down the specs that actually make a difference. Both TVs are 4K smart TVs, so you're getting sharp pictures either way, but that's where the similarities stop. The Insignia uses a QLED panel with a backlight. It gets nice and bright, but the black levels are just okay, not super deep. Samsung's OLED, on the other hand, gives you those inky blacks and amazing contrast that really pop, especially in dark rooms. If you're into gaming, the Insignia tops out at 60 Hz. That's totally fine for regular TV watching, but a bit basic for serious gaming. The Samsung steps it up with 144 Hz, HDMI 2.1, and VRR, perfect for next-gen consoles and super smooth gameplay. The Insignia runs Fire TV, which is simple, but can feel a little slow sometimes. Samsung's Tizen OS is quick and packed with features. Even the ports make a difference. Insignia's HDMI 2.0 is good for 4K at 60 Hz, but Samsung's HDMI 2.1 lets you do 4K at 120 Hz and more. The Insignia covers all the basics, while the Samsung is a full-on premium upgrade. Specs aren't everything, but they do show you what you're paying for. The difference is real, and you can see it, not just read about it. So, pick the one that fits what matters most to you. Let's be real, every TV has its ups and downs. The Insignia QF series, it's all about getting the most bang for your buck. For just $330 you're getting a big, beautiful 4K screen with punchy colors and a super easy-to-use Fire TV setup. It shines in bright rooms and is perfect for everyday watching. But heads up, without local dimming, those blacks look more gray and the HDR isn't going to blow you away. If you're into gaming, you might spot the 60 Hz refresh rate and a bit of motion blur. The build? It's simple and mostly plastic, but it gets the job done. It's not a fancy flagship, but it's a solid pick for families, students, or as a second TV. If you want a big screen and smart features without breaking the bank, this one's a winner. Just don't expect those inky cinematic blacks or pro-level gaming. The trade-offs are obvious, but so is the value. For most people, it's honestly more than enough. Just know what you're signing up for, and what you're not. Let's talk about the Samsung S90D. It's definitely a splurge, but you get some awesome perks for that price. The QD OLED panel gives you those perfect blacks, super vibrant colors, and you won't have to worry about blooming at all. If you love gaming or watching sports, it's super smooth, thanks to 144 Hz, HDMI 2.1, and VRR. Plus, it just looks amazing. The design is sleek and really makes your room pop. The catch? It's pricey. You're definitely paying for those upgrades, and it's a big decision. For most people, it's more of a nice-to-have than a must-have. There's also a tiny chance of burn-in if you leave the same image up for ages, but with normal use, it's not really an issue. And if your living room is super bright, OLEDs aren't quite as bright as the top QLEDs, so that's something to keep in mind. But if you're someone who notices every little detail and wants the best, you'll love it. For everyone else, it's a tougher call when it comes to value. It's definitely a luxury, but wow, what a spectacular one. So, which TV should you pick? If you're looking for a big screen without a big price tag, the Insignia QF series is a fantastic choice. It's easy to use and perfect for streaming your favorite shows. It's great for family rooms, students, or even as a second TV in the house. If you usually watch TV with the lights on and aren't too picky about super deep blacks, Insignia will make you happy. But if you're a movie buff, a serious gamer, or just want the absolute best picture, the Samsung S90D is made for you. You'll love the perfect blacks, amazing contrast, and top-notch gaming features. Totally worth it if you want the best. Think of the Insignia as a great TV for everyday watching, and the Samsung as your ticket to a true cinema or gaming experience. If you love noticing every little detail and want everything to look perfect, go for the Samsung. But if you just want a big, reliable smart TV that won't break the bank, Insignia is hard to beat. The best TV is the one that fits your needs, not just the specs on paper. In the end, the right TV is the one that fits your life and makes you smile. Alright, so is the Samsung S90D OLED really worth paying 3 times more than the Insignia QF Series QLED? Well, it's not a simple yes or no, it really comes down to what matters most to you when you're picking out a TV. The Insignia is definitely the value champion here. Big screen, smart features, and a price that's super easy on your wallet. If you want a solid TV that looks great and does everything you need without spending a fortune, this one's a fantastic pick. For most folks, it's more than enough. Plus, the money you save could go toward a soundbar, extra streaming services, or even a new game console to make your setup even better. Now, the Samsung S90D is the quality king. Think perfect blacks, top-notch gaming, and a movie experience that's just next level. It's definitely a splurge, but if you're a movie buff, a gamer, or just someone who wants the absolute best picture, the upgrade can feel totally worth it. If you're still wondering if OLED is worth the extra cash, the Insignia is probably the way to go. It's practical, dependable, and gives you a ton of value. But if you've seen OLED in action and can't stop thinking about it, then the Samsung is calling your name. The difference is something you'll notice every single time you turn it on. Honestly, both TVs are awesome in their own ways. Each one has its own strengths, depending on what you're looking for and how much you want to spend. The real winner? It's the TV that fits your space, your budget, and your needs. Take your time, think it over, and pick the one that feels right for you. No matter which one you choose, if it makes you happy, you're going to love what you watch. Thanks so much for watching. Drop a comment below and let us know which TV you'd pick and why. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next review. Until then, happy watching and take care.